Thank you for joining us this afternoon. My name is Sam Strassner, and I am the Director of University Relations at Arkansas Tech University. We have the privilege today of being joined by Bailey Greenwood, who is the winner of the 2020 Margaret Young Award as the most outstanding senior female student at Arkansas Tech University. Bailey, thank you very much for spending some time with us, albeit under these unusual circumstances under which we are all living right now. If you could take me back to the beginning of your Arkansas Tech University journey, coming to us from Des Arc, why Arkansas Tech?
Well, I graduated in a very, very small town. I think I graduated with 32 people. So when I was picking a college, I knew that I wanted to go off somewhere instead of just, going to a community college because ASUBB is just right down the road from us, basically in Des Arc. So I knew I didn't want to go to ASUBB because I would see everybody that I already knew. Basically, it'd be, 13th grade is what everybody calls it, but I also knew I didn't want to go somewhere huge where I was just going to be a number. So my mom encouraged me to go, toward the not so small, like the smaller schools, but not so big schools. So Arkansas Tech came as an option, and we ended up touring Arkansas Tech and another school in the same day. And I toured Tech first, and I remember just falling in love with the campus and falling in love with the people there. They were so welcoming and so nice to us. And then we actually toured the other campus, and I remember looking at my mom and saying, "This is not it. I know where I need to be." And she looked at me and said, "I think I know where you need to be as well." And so from that moment on, I was committed to tech. And from that moment on, I just started my journey there and I fell in love with it.
Once you got here and had a chance to, be enrolled in classes and move into the residence hall and all that stuff that comes with being a college freshman, what were your first impressions of Tech as a student?
My first impressions from tech as a student was they love their students here. We did so many activities the very first week, that first welcome week, when we had to go through orientation, when we had the different events. There was events on events on events. And I was like, wow, they actually care about us. They want us to, meet new people. They're giving us opportunities to do that through the different organizations. When I went to the interest fair, and then when I met with people that were in my same major. So as a student, I was like, I am so glad I picked it to go here. I'm just so excited.
You have had a list of organizations and activities that you've been involved in here as long as your arm. When you got here as a freshman, did you start out with intentions of being quite this involved on campus?
No, not at all. My mom actually kind of started that for me. I did not want to go through recruitment, Greek life recruitment. I was back and forth with the decision. Coming from a small school, I was just, not familiar with that kind of lifestyle is what I thought it was. It became so much bigger than that. So me ending up going through recruitment with Delta Zeta was kind of the start of it. But even first semester, I was not even that involved with it. I had my roommate who she ended up going through recruitment in the spring because she was the exact same way as me. She didn't want to go through. And then another guy friend that we met, and I was like, I don't need to meet anybody else. These are my core friends. I'm going to have them for life. I'm not going to meet anybody else. And then I actually got a leadership position within Delta Zeta that made me, branch out. Um, and that leadership position made me meet new people and made me have to be involved. So within that, I had to, reach out to other organizations as well. And that's kind of where the Golden Girls came in. I had a lot of sorority sisters and other girls and other sororities that were convincing me to do it because I was involved with dance battles and involved with step shows, and they saw that I had that dance background, so they were like, "You have to try out." So I ended up trying out for the Golden Girls and ended up making the team my junior year, and then became captain this past year, my senior year, which is really cool because I had that rookie experience and I had to jump into a leadership position there as well. But within everything else, I just kind of was like, I'm just going to dive into this. I want to be involved as much as I can. I love this campus. I love all the organizations on campus, and I want to give back a little bit to what they gave to me.
You mentioned in several of the organizations you have held leadership positions, including being captain of the Golden Girls. What are some of the lessons in leadership that you have learned through those opportunities that you think will benefit you as you move forward into your career?
Oh, there's so many. One of my very first leadership positions that I held was actually in Delta Zeta. I was vice president of new member education. So I had to be that mentor for the new girls that were coming into our sorority. I had to figure out how to talk to them as a peer, but also talk to them with authority so that they would respect my, leadership, and so they wouldn't walk all over me. I had to figure out how to public speak because I would have to stand up within meetings, and that is a big one with interviews and having to talk to coworkers as well. And then I had to figure out how to be organized. I am one of the most unorganized people within like life, I guess, but within my organizations and within my leadership positions, I had everything in a binder. I had everything planned out to where I wanted it to be.
Another group that you've been very involved with here at Arkansas Tech, past vice president, has been Baptist Collegiate Ministry. How important has that group been for you in kind of maintaining that consistency in your life?
Yeah. So Brad Branham, the head of the BCM, was one of the very first people administration wise at Tech that I even came in contact with. He was very good friends with my old youth pastor. So when he knew that I was coming to Tech, and he's actually from Des Arc too, like originally, if you didn't know that, he's from Des Arc. But he just reached out to me even before I got on campus, and he was like, hey, you need to be involved with BCM. I know you're really involved with your church and within your youth group, and we want to see that as well here. So come check us out. If you like us, then stay around. But if you don't, then find something else that you like. But I really encourage you to find this core group of people that you can depend on, spiritually. So I went and checked it out my freshman year. I really never knew anybody in there freshman year, but I kept on going and I just loved it. And so I got to see one of the biggest things with BCM was the expansion to Hello Church, and I was right there in the middle of it, and it was just really awesome to see that group grow the way that they did and to see them flourish the way that they are right now.
And then there's another group that has a very direct tie to your academic side, and that is the fact that this year you have served as president of the Society of Professional Journalists. What have been some of the added benefits of being involved in that group from an academic and professional standpoint?
I am so glad that I joined SPJ. I did not know that this we are such a small group of people, but I did not know that there was so much benefit from that organization to my future. Miss Megan Toland, who is gonna be amazing in anything that she does. I love her so much. She's one of the best professors I've ever had. But she has taught me so many life lessons as far as adding stuff to your resume, as far as reaching out and networking to people, and as far as getting to go and look at places because you never know what you're going to be doing in life, really. She gave us opportunities that we did not know that we were even going to get. She was like, oh, we're going to go to, this news station. Then we're going to go to this radio station. We're going to go see this because you never know what you're going to fall in love with. And she kept saying that. And we were like, oh, we're just going to do, this. We're going to be PR specialist somewhere. And she's like, yeah, but you also need to look at this to make sure that that's what you want to do in life.
You mentioned Miss Toland or Mrs. Toland, and she was integral in what I think was a really important experience for you. Back on, I think it was around March 10th, she was able to facilitate a former member of our faculty, a retired member of our faculty, Dr. Merlin Mann, to come back and speak to one of your classes. And we couldn't have known it then because the world changed so fast in the week after that. But that turned out to be one of your last in person classes at Arkansas Tech.
Right.
When you reflect back on that opportunity to have one of your mentors, Dr. Mann, come back and speak to one of your classes one more time in one of your final tech classes, what does that mean to you?
Oh, it meant so much. I love him so much. He was probably one of the most influential professors that I ever had. He there was a group of 3 seniors. It was me, Trey Starks, and Hannah Coster. And we begged Miss Toland every single year, can you please bring him back? We want to hear from him one more time. Can you please bring him back? And she's like, I just don't know because he lives in Texas and I don't know. And so we originally was like, we're going to just Skype call him. But then he surprised us and was like, oh, no, I'm coming. And so when he came, we were so, so excited that we got to hear from him one more time. He was so influential on my career. His like infamous red pen is what he said. Um, just made me a better writer and made me a better journalist in general. And so to hear from him one more time and to hear that encouragement that came from him just meant the world to me.
You know, you mentioned that hands-on experience of becoming a better writer through practice, and that is so integral to the journalism program at Arkansas Tech. And you've experienced that on the broadcast side as well, through the TV station and the radio station. What have you been able to gain from that amount and that quality of hands-on experience that you've gained?
Oh, I've gained the world, is how I feel. Many students I see from other schools, they are like, oh, I'm a broadcast major or I'm a print major, but we've not had that hands on experience. And I am so proud that I get to say that I have had that hands on experience. Arkansas Tech like equips their journalism students to go into the workforce immediately. And I'm so, so thankful that our professors have taught us those lessons and have taught us how to go into the workforce easily, because without that, I would be clueless, to be honest. And many students are until like they get into a master's program or until they even get in an internship somewhere. They don't learn those essential skills that Arkansas Tech has given me.
Well, you have definitely demonstrated that you are not clueless. Dean's List every semester, 4.0 grade point average in several semesters. When you consider the hands-on nature of your major and how much extra time it requires beyond class, when you consider all of these activities you've not only been involved in but been a leader in, how in the world have you maintained that high of a grade point average in kind of with what your schedule is like?
Well, grades have always meant the most to me. My mom drilled me at a young age that if you do not have your grades up, then you're not doing extracurriculars. I was always involved within competitive dance, so I had to drive from Des Arcs, since Des Arcs so small. We don't have a dance studio here, so I would always have to drive, night after night. But if mom said you don't have your homework done, you can't go to dance, and if I don't go to dance, I can't go to dance competitions. So she drilled that as a young kid to me, and so it just always has become a natural thing for me. So I always had to make time for my studies, make sure I was fully prepared to go into whatever test or whatever project I had to do. And then after that, my leadership positions and my organizations came.
How are you different now than you were when you first arrived at Arkansas Tech? In some of your paperwork, you referred to this as the 4 best years of your life. How are you different now than you were when you arrived here as a freshman?
I feel like I have grown so much as a young adult. I don't think that I would have been the person that I am today without Arkansas Tech. It has given me so many opportunities and so many experiences that I would not be able to get anywhere else. So coming into Tech, I was very, I don't want to say timid because I wasn't timid, but I also wasn't willing to put myself out there as much as I am today. I have flourished as a leader. I have flourished as, you know, being a professional in the workforce one day. And I can't thank anybody else besides Arkansas Tech for that.
So once you get that degree in your hands, what are the aspirations beyond that moment?
Well, I absolutely want to go back to grad school to extend my education. um, and then hopefully become somewhere in a big company where I can, do the PR for them or their communication specialist, work social media because that's my minor. But in August, I do have a job at Disney. I am going to be working for the Disney company for 6 months. just a little program to kind of, have a break from school and then come straight back to grad school. And so I'm excited about that. Hopefully it will happen since, this crazy time. But I'm excited about that. I'm excited to look and see kind of like the professional aspect of the Disney companies and to see where that takes me.
Very good. So, kind of the big summary question, the Margaret Young Award. I've had the pleasure of interviewing quite a few people who have won that. Some people who were both high achievers at Arkansas Tech and people who've gone on to do remarkable things after that. What does it mean to you to be the 2020 winner of the Margaret Young Award?
When I got the phone call that I won the award, I was so excited. I did not even think when they sent me the email to begin with, I was like, I don't even know if I would even win this. So, but I'm just going to try. So I filled it out, and then I ended up getting that phone call, and I was so excited, and I was so honored that I was chosen to be the most outstanding senior girl of Arkansas Tech. That's a really big deal to me, and I am so thankful. But I knew that when I was filling out my application, that Arkansas Tech has brought me so many opportunities and so many experiences that I um, could not compare to what I have now. So I wanted to give back just a little bit to Arkansas Tech, and then being able to win this award is like reassurance that I gave back just a little bit to Arkansas Tech than what they've given to me.
And you mentioned your mom more than once as we visited over the last 17 minutes. It's pretty clear that she is both a big influence in your life and that y'all are very close. What was it like when you told your mom that you'd won this award?
So both of my parents actually, my dad is just, he's a dad, but both of my parents were so excited for me. I actually woke my mom up from a nap after I got the phone call, and I was like, I won the award. And she was like, what? And like, I woke her up from a sleep. So it was really awesome. And then my dad's been calling me. He's like, what was that award that you won? Can I tell my coworkers? I'm like, no, not yet, not yet. But they're both so proud of me. I'm an only child, so I was, their prime focus all throughout life. And so they are just over the moon, super happy for me.
It's awesome. Is there anything else about your Arkansas Tech experience that you'd want to share with people?
I just would like to tell people to come to Tech. Even if you are thinking about like going other places, please come and tour Tech, and please come and look at our campus and meet some people because it might surprise you, just like it surprised me. It became my home away from home, and I'm so sad that I'm going to have to leave in May, but I'm so happy that I had the opportunity to meet the people that I did at Arkansas Tech, have the experiences that I did at Arkansas Tech, and just grow as a person here at Tech as well.
Well, Bailey, thank you very much for the visit today. Congratulations on being the 2020 Margaret Young Award winner, and best wishes for the future.
Thank you so much.